Once upon a time, in the heart of a small village called Ehi, there lived a young girl named Kayla, daughter of Yaga. Yaga's wife had died the very moment Kayla was born, leaving him to care for her. Yaga, overwhelmed with his new responsibilities, tried his best to care for Kayla, but as she grew, he was soon advised to take a wife, as Kayla needed the touch of a woman in her life. Overwhelmed with joy, Kayla jumped at the news of having a mother. Her wishes were finally coming true. She had always longed for the love of a mother, but little did she know that Malika was far from being a mother to her. Malika, who had two kids of her own, Razi and Sana, hated Kayla from the first day she moved in. Her unkindness manifested in various ways. On some days, she denied Kayla a proper meal, and on others, she made the food so terrible it was almost impossible to eat. Kayla was constantly abused, criticized for things beyond her control, and her needs were ignored. Kayla's attempts to please her stepmother didn't work. No matter how hard she tried, Malika seemed determined to undermine Kayla's self-worth. The once cheerful home turned into a place filled with tension and fear, with Kayla bearing the brunt of Malika's resentment. As Malika's resentment grew, so did Kayla's isolation. She became invincible, unnoticed and unheard in her own house. Malika's unkindness made Kayla believe she wasn't good enough. Her once echoing laughter through the house became rare as she stopped doing the things that brought joy to her. The villagers noticed the change in her, but few dared to help. Kayla felt alone, like a tiny leaf in a storm, and the only thing she could do was sing sorrowful songs of her pain. One sunny afternoon, as Kayla sang home from the stream, she noticed someone following her. She turned to find a young lady her age smiling at her. "Why are you following me?" she demanded. "I'm sorry," the lady said. "My name is Nia. I was so drawn to your song that I forgot to make a turn at my exit." Kayla took a second look at Nia and realized she was new to the village. Nia, on the other hand, was drawn to Kayla, and observing her from a distance, she had sensed Kayla's loneliness and troubled spirit. "I have to go now," Kayla said, as she quickly turned and began to walk away, realizing that she would be scolded for returning late if she stayed any longer. The following day, Nia returned to the stream so she could see Kayla and hear her sing again, but after spending all day there, Kayla didn't show up. The same thing happened the next day and the days after that. Nia had forgotten to ask Kayla for her name and so couldn't ask anyone where she lived. On the seventh day, as Nia paced around the stream, almost losing hope of ever seeing her friend again, she sighted Kayla coming from afar, and in excitement she ran to meet her. "I've been looking for you," she said. Kayla, on the other hand, was surprised. She didn't understand why a stranger was trying to hug her. She was used to the villagers avoiding her and only staring in pity. Before Kayla could say a word, Nia had reintroduced herself and asked for her name, and without being asked, had begun telling her about herself and how she had been coming to the stream for days and almost concluded she would never see her again. Kayla, initially hesitant to converse with Nia, soon eased into Nia's friendliness, and gradually her guarded exterior melted away. As they spoke, she found comfort in Nia's understanding eyes and in the sincerity of her gestures. Nia, having faced similar challenges in the past, which led to her moving to Ehi to live with her aunt, naturally understood Kayla's pain. She offered a listening ear without judgment, creating a safe space for Kayla to express her thoughts and emotions, and in those moments, a bond was forged between them. Their friendship flourished as Nia became a constant presence in Kayla's life, whether it was sharing stories under the shade of a cinnamon tree or offering encouragement during difficult times. Nia became the anchor Kayla desperately needed. Through laughter and tears, together they navigated life's challenges and their friendship deepened with each passing day. Nia's genuine kindness and unwavering spirit acted as a stepping stone for Kayla's transformation. She began to rediscover her strengths and talents and the resilience within her. Nia's presence became a source of inspiration, motivating Kayla to rise above the challenges that weighed her down. Soon, Kayla discovered hidden talents within herself, one of which was singing. Her voice resonating with a captivating melody, the once overlooked girl was now called upon to sing at festivals and became a source of inspiration for others in the village. As the months passed by, Kayla realized that Nia was not just a friend, but a beacon of hope and light in her life, lifting her from the shadows of her past and helping her find the strength to redefine her identity and purpose. News of Kayla's transformation spread like wildfire, and soon she found herself the center of attention. As admiration and recognition poured in, Kayla's newfound popularity fueled a dangerous flame within her. "This is what I deserve," she said to herself. "I deserve to be seen, heard, and respected by everyone. I deserve to be worshipped. Who would have thought my stepmother would ever worship me?" she said. Gradually, pride crept into her heart, and she began to distance herself from Nia, the very person who had stood by her during her darkest days. As Kayla basked in the glory of her newfound status, the memories of her painful past faded into thin air. The villagers were unaware of the fact that she was losing touch with the values that had once guided her, hurting those who cared for her the most. Nia, her friend, was beginning to feel the sting of rejection. One fateful day, as the village gathered for a celebration in Kayla's honor, Nia approached her with a heavy heart. She tried to remind Kayla of the genuine friendship they had shared, the struggle they had overcome together, and the importance of humility. But Kayla, intoxicated by her own success, dismissed Nia with a wave of her hand. The celebration continued, but despite the admiration, Kayla felt a sense of emptiness within her. Kayla's rising popularity soon attracted a wave of talented young girls inspired by her story, each discovering their own gift for singing. While Kayla still remained the best, she was reluctant to share the spotlight. This led to a change in her attitude. She started acting rudely towards the other girls, causing people to take notice and gradually develop a dislike for her. In the days that followed, Kayla's popularity faded. The villagers witnessed her fall from grace. The once admired girl had fallen. The same people who had once cheered for her now whispered about her fall from grace. Kayla felt the heaviness in her chest. It was a mix of shame and embarrassment, wishing she had never gotten out of her shell in the first place, and longing for a chance to undo what had been done. Humbled by the harsh reality of her actions, she sought comfort in the memories of the genuine friendship she had forsaken. In her quiet moments of reflection, Kayla realized the true meaning of success and happiness, and so she went in search of Nia, hoping to mend the bond they had shared. Nia, her ever-forgiving friend, welcomed Kayla with open arms. The villagers, once captivated by Kayla's success, now witnessed the transformation of a different kind, a redemption born out of humility and a renewed appreciation for the importance of true friendship. And so, the tale of Kayla became a parable in the village of the girl who rose from the depths of despair to find true happiness in the embrace of a faithful friend.